Hello my friends, thank you so much for joining me today or returning back to my channel. My name is Morgan, or you might know me around Instagram as Miss T in Stitches. But today we are going to be doing a stash parade of all of my designs by Marilyn Leavitt-Imblum, who designed under the labels Butternut Road, Lavender and Lace, and Told in a Garden. So I hope you have a drink. I have a drink because I do have more of these designs than I did for my Mirabilia parade, and everyone seemed really interested in seeing my Lavender and Lace designs as well. So here we go. Let's start with my only whip right now. I do have plans to start another one really soon, but we'll talk about that when I get there. This is New Wings B, I believe, which is this long skinny sampler with that gorgeous butterfly. Oops, I knocked you. I don't see this one a lot for sale or stitched, but this is under her Butternut Road label, and she designed this in 1990. Now, as you can tell, I am not using any of the called for threads, at least for the sampler letters. I am using these Etsy let me start over. I'm using these hand-dyed threads that I bought off Etsy from an indie dyer. The shop is Stitchy Stuff, and this one you see stitched. This is Ice Castle, and I will be doing the lowercase alphabet in this gorgeous lavender ocean. Very exciting. And this fabric is just some 28 count even weave by Artiste, which is the Hobby Lobby brand. At least it was. I think they're still there. Okay, so that is my one whip, and it is a Butternut Road. I'm going to start with the Lavender and Laces because I have the most of those, and I think those are the most popular. This is actually, this one right here is the first chart I ever bought that wasn't a kit. And I just thought she was so stunning. Look at her. Also, I find it fascinating that the previews for these are actual developed photographs included with the chart. I mean, it was the 90s, so I mean, it makes complete sense. But now, as somebody who started stitching in like 2019, that's fascinating to me. But this is Ice Angel, which is L&L 22. This was designed in 1993. And like I said, I bought her as a complete beginner. She was just so stunning. And then I bought this on eBay secondhand. It showed up and I had no idea what any of this meant. So I just put it in my little box. Back then I had one tiny box of threads and cross stitch stuff, which is crazy to think of now. Little baby me, just picking up stitching. But I will definitely stitch her one day. I just love angels and I love ladies, which you'll see in a second. So next up we have, this is a set, so I want to make sure I show them to you in the right order. Oh dear, hold on. This one I've opened and made copies because I do have her DMCs and fabric picked out. I don't love these big charts, by the way, which I feel like is a very unpopular opinion, especially with the Mirabilia people. Okay, this is the first Angel of Freedom. She is so pretty. She is that lovely green dress. She has a beautiful little candle. One of the things I particularly love about Marilyn's designs are these ribbons, which these little photograph previews do them no justice. I've seen these stitched, even in photos on Instagram, stunning. But she's over this little sleeping town, Okay, and her companion piece is the second Angel of Freedom in a blue dress. Also over that same town, but she has a little wreath with hanging lights on it. Very pretty. And like I said, I do have this one kitted, so I would like to stitch it sometime soon. Okay, the next lavender and lace I have to show you is this one, which is a mother and daughter. And that cute little birdhouse with birds. I have seen, oops, I'm out of frame. I've seen people stitch this and exclude the birdhouse, which I think just, I don't know. I like it. I think I'll include it. I think it really just makes the piece. But this is Little Wings, designed in 1989. Oh, yeah. She has some blends in here, but no specialty threads on these older ones, which is interesting to see how her designing developed over the years. Okay, next I have this one, which, as I said, I love angels. And she has those gorgeous ribbons. I love the frills on the dress. She has a nice, is that a harp? I almost called it a lute, and that's definitely not a lute. This is Angel of Hope. And she does include metallic gold, but no beads on these earlier ones. And she's from 1991 on 16 count. It's interesting to me how she designed on all different counts when mirabilias are usually always charted for 16 or 32. So this is Angel of Love, and I actually paid this was during quarantine, so I was losing my mind in my house, and I saw Cup of Stitches on YouTube and Instagram stitch her, and this, oops, is so gorgeous. It reminds me so much of a Klimt painting, which I'm sure was Marilyn's inspiration. This is all beads and Krennics and metallics. So I spent like $20 on this chart. Angel of Love from 1993. Oh, and she's on 28 count, Amber. That's why she's nice and big. But yeah, I spent way too much on this because you couldn't find it anywhere at the time. So I also find it interesting how a lot of these are, oh, I bought it from Clinton Township, Michigan. That's near me. That's crazy. And I just bought this from some random person on eBay. Anyway, I think all of her designs are in print still. Some might be harder to find. Like, I know Firefly Fairies is really hard to find. But nothing, I don't think, is technically out of print. If I'm wrong and you know more about the situation, please leave it in the comments and correct me. I will not be offended. I would love to know. Okay, this is a recent purchase. I just had to have her. She's so pretty. I love that background. I love that swan. And she's holding this beautiful little bouquet. So this is Lady Claire, number 45. She was designed in 1997. Oh, she has beads and she has Krennic. Interesting. She's so pretty. I just love this one. Her face is a little soft. Just interesting. But I guess they kind of all are. I love her pink dress too. Okay, we have another lady right here. She's on Black Ada. I think this got this off eBay. I bought all of these secondhand. I buy most of my cross stitch secondhand. So this one came from Pocahontas Trail, Williamsburg, Virginia. House to Roll. Sounds very Game of Thrones. This is Lady of the Thread from 1988. And just all DMC. And if you want to stitch her on 14 count, she's a 10 by 15. And I have the Black Ada for this because it came in a bundle from the seller. She's very pretty. I love this color. And I love her wreath of you have grapes and fruits and flowers. And a butterfly. I've never noticed that before. That's really pretty. Okay. Next, we have this woman. lady. She's a lady. She's just in less of a fancy dress, I suppose. Let's see. Yeah, I think she's probably less fancy than Lady of the Thread. But this is County Fair. Okay. This is from, not sure the copyright date, but $12. I probably paid a lot less than that on eBay. Oops. She's really pretty too. I will say out of my collection that she might be my least favorite just because she doesn't have as fancy of a dress, but I do love all of her flowers. So pretty. Okay, so we have my last lady, I believe, under Lavender and Lace. This one is actually a kit. This is Celtic Christmas, and I bought this secondhand off Etsy, and they used to make kits of her designs in 1995, and see, so it came with all the DMC, it came with some linen, which I was not thrilled because the needle was rusted in when I got it, but it is like 30 years old, so for what I paid, it's fair. And I thought it was interesting how the mill hole beads came. So it gives you what beads are in here, and then just a mix that I'm gonna have to sort. And this ginormously long beading needle, which I cannot wait to try. I love the ladies. There are 4 or 5. I know one for all seasons. There's one for each season, and they're all gorgeous. And I think this is like the extra Christmas one. Not positive though. Okay, I do have next up 2 of her Santas. I think there is, yeah, a third Santa, Secret Santa, that I do not have. I bought this because I saw someone stitch it, even though I already had the other Santa, and I had to have it because that wreath is so gorgeous. And there's like candles in it. It's gonna be so pretty. This is The Spirit of Christmas from 1990. And, oh, look. She gave you 16 and 14 count. That's cool. Oh, she does call for metallic and antique gold. So are those, oh, no, it tells me. Belger. So this must be like blending filament, I guess. I love that bow. He's really pretty. But I love this Santa even more. This is, I think, this is Santa of the Forest from 1993. And I have heard that Nora Corbett helped design this one, which I can kind of see. It reminds me a lot of the style of the beard and face reminds me a lot of Santa's Magic, which is a Mirabilia design, I believe. But I just love this one. And Vanna Pfeiffer, Vanna the Twisted Stitcher, just stitched this and finished it, and it was amazing. She did such a beautiful job. So I will link her channel below. I'll link anyone I mentioned. But gorgeous. I would love to stitch this one hopefully this year because I do have the threads for him. And I just need to pick out a nice fabric. Actually, I need to buy the Krennic, I think. Does he call for Krennic? Yeah. He must. Okay. So, and next up I have my only design that is just under the normal Told in a Garden title, which I think the way this was packaged was also super cute. This is a bell pull, and it's before she even did the yellow paper. So look, and her handwriting is on here. I think that is so neat. So this is Family Treasures 3. It's 5 by 30. It's a bell pull. She charted it for cobblestone or sage Ada. I have a big piece of blue even weave I'm going to be doing this on in 1997. She had really pretty handwriting. Look at that. Hardware from something something USA Inc. Probably won't be able to find that, but I think you can still just get like generic bill pulls, so probably be okay. And I do plan on starting this one really soon. And it will be a tribute piece to my great-grandmother who recently passed, and she was the most fantastic gardener I've ever known. So I'm going to be doing this beautiful woman in this gorgeous garden, and I hope to start this soon. Okay, next up I'm going to show you my last two designs. They are under the Butternut Road, which I think is, I don't know if these were broken up chronologically, because these are both ladies. I was going to say that Butternut Road seems to be more like country and folk art and Amish inspired, but I'm not sure. But here's this lovely girl. I love this design so much. I cannot wait to stitch it. And this is Feathers and Friends in 1990. And all DMC, no sparklies in her. But man, I love her. I love those ducklings. Well, I guess they're not ducklings, are they? Goslings. So cute. And last one I have to show you is Christmas Visit from 1991. Again, under the Butternut Road. This one does include the blending filament, so she'll have a little sparkle. And she is just gorgeous. Unfortunately, like I said, these previews do not do them justice at all. Marilyn was a fantastic designer. I think everyone knows that. She just designed some really gorgeous, beautiful pieces. But that is all I have to show you today. I would love to know if you've stitched any of these designs or what your favorite was, or if there are any that I probably should add to my collection, because there are a few I want to, excuse me, that I want to pick up, but just haven't yet, because like I said, I don't think any of her designs are out of print. And I really need to slowly collect. But that's all I have for you. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I will speak to you again soon. Goodbye.